This video explores trending online allegations, circulating rumors, and public reactions, strictly for analysis and commentary. None of the information presented should be taken as confirmed fact.
This character means so much to me. It's a character that radiates, for me, identity and strength, charisma, and class. And I really want to do my best to serve this character and honor this character.
For this album, you made a short film that starred this man. Are there any cons to working with your partner?
Any cons? I think the only con is that I couldn't just take him down anywhere I wanted.
Teyana Taylor looked unshaken, unreachable, a masterclass in strength, elegance, and quiet strategy. But what just surfaced behind the scenes may finally explain why she moved with such icy precision when she suddenly severed ties with actor Pierre. Because this wasn't some emotional misunderstanding or a soft, private split. No, this was a calculated extraction. And now, the whispers are starting to line up because buried deep within Hollywood's most exclusive social circles, a secret had allegedly been brewing. A secret Pierre was rumored to have tried to keep buried. A secret that's now surfacing in a way that's making the entire situation click into place. Insiders close to the alleged fallout are now echoing what fans have been nervously speculating about for months. Teyana didn't just drift away. According to circulating claims, she walked out the instant she discovered Pierre's alleged romantic involvement with another man. Yes, that's the claim making rounds. Reports suggest that the moment Teyana became aware of whispers surrounding a supposed leaked connection between Pierre and a male film industry insider, she went into total lockdown. Quiet, composed, strategic, and then she cut ties without hesitation. No warning, no confrontation played out publicly, no second chances. And what makes this even more explosive is how the story allegedly surfaced. It wasn't TMZ. It wasn't major gossip blogs. It reportedly began with a string of now-deleted Instagram stories posted by a former Hollywood stylist who claimed they had known about Pierre for years and were tired of, in their words, watching women fall for the performance. The situation detonated online when a blurred photo began circulating. Two men, one of them strongly resembling Pierre, appearing close and intimate at an after-hours gathering during an overseas film festival. The image was grainy, unclear, but the resemblance, the posture, the vibe, social media users were convinced. And when Teyana allegedly saw it, she didn't publicly deny anything. She didn't rush to defend. She didn't wait for explanations to unfold. She reportedly walked away immediately. Sources claim that the moment that image reached her phone, she was already instructing her assistant to cancel multiple joint appearances. She is also rumored to have erased every trace of Pierre from her private content archive. Photos, videos, behind-the-scenes footage, gone, wiped so thoroughly it was as if he had never been there. But here's where the temperature really drops. Because while fans were spiraling, trying to decode what went wrong, Teyana made her stance clear without ever naming names. That very same day, she posted a cryptic line to her story. Just one sentence. Silence is protection when the truth is too loud to ignore. It landed like a digital warning shot. Quiet, controlled, but sharp enough that everyone understood the message. The comments started pouring in. She knew. She had seen the truth. It was like a closet had been flung open, exposing everything. Fans began piecing together the puzzle, revisiting old interviews of Pierre, pausing, replaying, dissecting every word, every gesture, every sigh. Suddenly, the awkward pauses, the carefully polished charm, the evasive responses about his private life, they weren't just quirks or mysteries anymore. They were glaringly suspicious. And the most chilling detail? Teyana's team already had an inkling. An anonymous insider who recently worked with a couple on a brand campaign revealed that Teyana had a gut feeling long before the photo surfaced. Whispers had been circulating, but she refused to fully accept them until that moment. Then the photo appeared and everything changed. According to sources, Teyana confronted privately. No shouting, no public spectacle, just a controlled, sharp conversation behind closed doors. But what came next reportedly shattered her. Aaron didn't deny it. He didn't fabricate a lie. He allegedly admitted the alleged relationship, claimed it wasn't serious, insisted it happened during a break, attempted to downplay it, tried to control the narrative. But to Teyana, it wasn't just the act, it was the deceit. The betrayal wasn't only in what he did, but in how long he hid it, how he publicly stood beside her, letting her defend their image, while he reportedly led a secret life in the shadows. From that point, he was done, blocked, removed, erased. Publicly, she remained poised. No interviews, no statements. But behind the scenes, full-on damage control. Legal teams were called, potential projects scrubbed, brand campaigns they had signed together were being rewritten. This wasn't just a breakup. This was a complete erasure. And now, as the story spreads, fans are digging deeper than ever, revisiting every public appearance, every shared photo, every red carpet moment, asking themselves, was it all just a performance? Was Aaron Pierre using her as a shield? Was the relationship ever truly mutual? And did Teyana Taylor sense the truth all along, yet stay because she lacked proof? Now that evidence has surfaced and the narrative is out in the open, the story is explosive. But here's the real bombshell. It doesn't end there. A second insider is claiming there's another man involved. Someone higher up, someone far more influential, someone who may have orchestrated keeping this hidden until now. If that name leaks, this saga won't just be about betrayal. It will ignite full-blown exposure, scandal, and the unraveling of multiple Hollywood images in one shocking collapse. Before the tears, before the silence, before the internet erupted over what's shaping up to be one of the most chaotic celebrity breakups of the year, there was a relationship the public believed was unshakable. Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre had carefully maintained a low-key, classy, and strategic presence. While most celebrity pairs spiraled into public spectacles and messy interviews, they played the game differently, deliberately. A few red carpet appearances here, a cryptic lyric drop there, a handhold captured in the shadows of a Fashion Week photo dump. Subtle, calculated, and the fans ate it up. Aaron Pierre, a rising star with sharp British poise, quickly claimed his place in Hollywood, celebrated for his soulful gaze, quiet demeanor, and immersive dedication to roles. He was lauded for discipline, intellect, and most of all, mystery. Unlike typical fame-hungry personalities endlessly posting, Aaron remained elusive, guarded, and magnetic, a mystique that became central to his brand. Teyana, on the other hand, was a force of contrast, bold when necessary, sharp, direct, unapologetically herself, a woman who clawed her way out of the grueling music industry, transforming pain into power. She knew betrayal, disappointment, and underestimation intimately. So when she and Aaron seemed to be building something together, fans believed it might finally be a chapter of peace, privacy, and authenticity in Teyana's life. But behind closed doors, the story was far more complicated. Aaron wasn't just enigmatic. He was secretive, aloof, withholding in ways that hinted at a life carefully curated behind the public facade. Aaron Pierre was carefully compartmentalized. Everything in his world seemed divided, segmented, controlled. People in his orbit noticed. Stylists spoke in hushed tones. Co-stars kept their distance, wary of crossing invisible boundaries. And Teyana, according to a source, sensed it early on, but chose to overlook it. She wanted stability, low drama, something that looked effortless yet felt real. And Aaron delivered that, at least on the surface. Beneath that polished exterior, though, lay a tangled web of secrets. Late-night conversations, spoken in whispers, confusing texts sent at odd hours, business trips that never quite added up. Teyana's team spotted inconsistencies, but she, the loyal one, the fixer, the woman who believed she could shape chaos into something beautiful, held on until she couldn't anymore. The first real crack reportedly came last summer, when Aaron abruptly canceled a European vacation they had meticulously planned. He claimed a last-minute indie film shoot in Berlin conflicted with the dates. But according to a trusted insider, he never even set foot on the Berlin set. Instead, he was reportedly seen at a private villa with a producer friend, a man well known in elite Hollywood circles, yet almost never captured publicly. At the time, there were no photos, only whispers, rumors, and a growing sense of unease. Teyana asked questions. Aaron deflected. she tried to move past it. Then came the exclusive parties, small, invite-only gatherings hosted by Hollywood insiders, always with the same tightly knit circle: actors, stylists, publicists, and a handful of off-the-grid millionaires who pulled strings without ever appearing on camera. Aaron attended some of these events, always alone, always with that inner circle. But nothing concrete ever leaked, until now. The man Aaron was allegedly involved with, his identity is being withheld for now, is described by insiders as someone with deep influence over industry branding and masculinity PR. Translation: he's the go-to for handling secrets that could destroy careers. Teyana was never meant to find out, but something slipped. A photo, a tip, a whispered name at a fashion event. And suddenly, all the pieces that never made sense before fell into place. According to a source close to Teyana's glam squad, the moment the image of Pierre and the mysterious man in an intimate embrace hit the internet, Teyana knew there was no room for doubt, no overthinking, no giving the benefit of the doubt. She had spent years shielding herself from people who played one persona in public and another behind closed doors. And this wasn't just a case of cheating. This was a full-blown double life. She had seen this pattern before. Sources claimed she confronted Aaron with the image. No yelling, no dramatics, just one question: how long? And reportedly, Aaron didn't even attempt to lie. He offered a vague, half-hearted explanation. Something about not being ready to talk, how labels never mattered to him, and that it supposedly wasn't relevant to Teyana. It wasn't just insulting, it was dehumanizing. He had used her to protect his image, letting her fall deeper into a public romance while he maintained his private truth in the shadows. What made it worse, people had quietly warned her behind the scenes. But like many women loving someone emotionally unavailable, she convinced herself it was loyalty, that giving him time and space was maturity, that keeping things private was protection. It wasn't. It was isolation, deflection, a way for Aaron to preserve his personal freedom while leveraging Teyana's credibility to reinforce his public persona. The betrayal hit hard, not just as a woman, but as a mother, an artist, and a survivor of an industry built on half-truths. She had finally let her guard down, only to realize the person she trusted had never been transparent. And yet, publicly, she handled it like a pro. No outbursts, no messy tweets, no public callouts, just silence. Then came the erase, a digital wipe of everything Aaron related, a full strategy rollout for her next chapter, and that cryptic quote. Now, fans are going back, rewatching interviews, and piecing together just how meticulously curated the facade had been. Aaron had always been charming, but when asked about his personal life, he gave carefully calculated answers, deliberately vague, intentionally ambiguous. Now, people are asking, was it all part of the act? Because the truth is out, and the man Pierre was allegedly involved with, sources say he isn't staying silent for much longer. Screenshots, voice notes, and if they drop, it won't just damage Aaron's carefully curated brand. It will redefine it entirely. The scandal didn't simply surface. It detonated, without warning, without mercy, sending shockwaves not only through Pierre's career, but across the entire entertainment industry. What started as whispers, unverified screenshots, and one blurry photo escalated into a multi-platform media inferno. Every outlet, podcast, and fan account circled the story like vultures, dissecting the truth from every angle. The photo had already done its initial damage. Aaron, mid-conversation, leaning into another man, hand resting on his waist, proximity intimate and unmistakable. The man was later identified through digital sleuthing as a senior creative executive, a figure known to frequent exclusive European retreats alongside industry influencers, stylists, and image consultants. While mainstream outlets are holding his name for now, his face circulated rapidly across private message boards and influencer discords. But the real chaos erupted when more content leaked. Not just a single blurry image this time. A collection. Timestamped videos, canned hotel hallway footage, snaps from private overseas dinner parties. Aaron and the man weren't just embracing. They were sharing moments unmistakably affectionate. Eyes locked, fingers touching. Genuine intimacy, not performative. Not just bros being close. And with that Everything Aaron had publicly stated came under intense scrutiny. Old interviews resurfaced. That one time he stammered when asked about his ideal partner. The way he never tagged Teyana. How he dodged questions about sexuality with phrases like, "I think love is a spectrum," or "I try not to define myself by categories." Words that once seemed progressive now appeared evasive, calculated, and painfully revealing. Fans were divided but vocal. Some flooded Aaron Pierre's accounts with messages of support, praising him for living his truth and encouraging him to step out openly and proudly. But others, they were merciless. Accusations flew. Deception, manipulation, using a woman to mask a secret, dragging Teyana Taylor into a narrative she never agreed to. And then things got far worse. Much worse. A second leak emerged, and this time, it wasn't a photo. It was a screen recording of a voice memo sent privately by Aaron to a friend, leaked by someone within his inner circle. In the recording, he could be heard saying, "I care about Teyana, but I had to play the part. I didn't want to lie, but I couldn't be honest either. Not yet. I had to play the part." That phrase exploded online. It wasn't just a confession. It was a confirmation. Confirmation that the relationship, the smiles, the public praise, had all been partially a performance, a calculated choice, a strategy. Teyana hadn't just been betrayed emotionally. She had been used as a shield. The reaction was immediate. Fan accounts turned on him. Celebrities unfollowed. Verified influencers posted cryptic stories, calling out those who brand lies as loyalty. One viral tweet, racking up over 2.1 million impressions, summed it up. It's one thing to be closeted. It's another to build your closet around someone else's reputation. Then came the brands. Aaron had recently signed a major ambassador deal with a luxury fashion label, known for its sleek, masculine campaigns. Within 48 hours of the second leak, the campaign was quietly pulled. His face vanished from digital storefronts. Scheduled interviews were canceled. An anonymous insider from the brand revealed they're panicking. They didn't sign him expecting a scandal, especially not one involving a fabricated relationship. It's not about him being gay. It's about him lying. And if you think that was the peak of the fallout, think again, because Teyana's camp finally responded, and their statement sent shockwaves. Subtle, classy, ruthless. Teyana Taylor respects love in all its forms. What she doesn't respect is dishonesty. Her energy moving forward will be focused on healing, parenting, and protecting her peace. We will not entertain questions regarding individuals who chose to build facades at her expense. Boom. No names. No shade. Just raw, scorched earth truth. With that, she wiped her hands clean, while Teyana rose like a phoenix, unbothered, radiant, commanding respect. Aaron Pierre crumbled under the weight of the unfolding scandal. His team went into full damage control mode. Crisis PR, social media specialists, covert brand retreats. The man who once strode red carpets with quiet dignity was now hiding behind silent screens. But the drama didn't stop there. A third man emerged. An up-and-coming actor, barely 25, claimed, in a now-deleted tweet, that he and Aaron had a brief situationship during a filming hiatus. No photos were offered, but screenshots of alleged DMs surfaced. Casual check-ins, a hotel meetup, a blurred selfie showing Aaron's unmistakable silhouette shirtless in a hotel suite. In one screenshot, Aaron allegedly wrote, "They just need me to keep it together publicly a little longer." Suddenly, the pattern was unmistakable. This wasn't about confusion. It wasn't about self-discovery. It was strategic image manipulation. And Teyana was collateral damage. The online reaction went nuclear. Comment sections flooded, heartbreak, fury, disbelief. Not just for Teyana, but for fans who believed they were witnessing a real love story, only to realize it had been a carefully orchestrated performance. One viral thread summed it up. So many of us believed in him, supported him, called him the next great leading man, and now we find out he was never even honest about who he is. The heartbreak wasn't rooted in homophobia. It was rooted in betrayal. Aaron wasn't being dragged for being gay. He was being dragged for using Teyana Taylor, a black woman who had already fought every battle this industry could throw, as a prop in a game of smoke and mirrors. And now, insiders say there's even more to come. Another publication is reportedly preparing a full expose. More footage, more text logs, a meticulously documented timeline of every moment Pierre may have let private secrets overlap with public appearances. Insiders claim this may not stop with Teyana Taylor. Whispers suggest other women could have also been unknowingly pulled into performance. If those voices speak, Aaron may not just lose roles. He could lose the very image that made him bankable. As days passed, what began as a scandal morphed into a movement. What started as whispers in industry backrooms became a loud, unavoidable reckoning for anyone who would use someone else's image to protect their own illusion. Pierre's silence was no longer a strategy. It was now interpreted as an admission. And with each new revelation, his carefully constructed persona unraveled in real time. But the biggest shock? It wasn't the leaked footage. It wasn't the voice memos. It wasn't even the third man stepping forward. It was who came forward next and what they revealed. A former agent, someone who worked closely with Aaron during the earliest stages of his career, back when he was hustling between callbacks and auditioning for minor roles, spoke out. She remained anonymous, but her words struck hard during a private interview with an emerging media platform known for exposing high-profile manipulation in Hollywood. According to her, Aaron had been repeatedly warned about letting his true orientation interfere with his projected marketability. It wasn't just about talent. It was about perception. We were told to brand him as an international leading man, sensitive, available, the guy every woman would fall for. That only works if the illusion remains intact. But it didn't, because Aaron made one fatal mistake. He let someone see the truth. And that someone wasn't just anyone. It was Teyana Taylor. And she wasn't going to play the fool. The former agent revealed something chilling. A confidential branding memo drafted during the height of Aaron's breakout success. The memo outlined specific strategies to increase heteronormative appeal by linking him publicly to a female figure with strong urban market credibility. Read that again. Not a romantic partner. Not someone he loved. A strategic attachment. That memo has now gone viral. And who topped that urban market credibility list? Teyana Taylor. Fans were horrified, heartbroken, furious, because now this wasn't just betrayal. This was deliberate orchestration. This wasn't Pierre struggling with identity. This wasn't someone navigating their sexuality privately. This was weaponizing someone else's fame to prop up a fabricated narrative. And Teyana Taylor? She didn't stay silent anymore. While she didn't address the scandal directly, her inner circle did. And what they shared sent the internet into a frenzy. Her best friend, stylist, and longtime creative collaborator posted a fiery Instagram story. Some of y'all will be shocked at what I watched my sister go through. Holding down a man who gave her nothing but coded excuses, spiritual gaslighting, and performative affection, but she kept it cute. She kept it silent, until the silence started bleeding. That last line, until the silence started bleeding, went viral. Another source close to Teyana revealed that during the final months of their relationship, she had begun attending therapy alone, trying to understand why something always fell off with Aaron, why she felt so alone even when he was physically beside her. At first, she blamed herself, wondering if she wasn't enough. But eventually, she realized the truth. She had been giving real love to a man who only offered rehearsal. That phrase, a man who only offered rehearsal, exploded across social media, perfectly encapsulating what fans were feeling. Pierre hadn't just faked a relationship. He had faked love, faked commitment, faked intimacy, all in the service of image control. Meanwhile, a fourth man stepped forward. This time, he wasn't anonymous. He wasn't afraid. He was bold, a visual artist and creative director. He posted a full TikTok series detailing his 2-month situationship with Aaron, including screenshots, location tags, and even a video of them walking together at a European gallery exhibit. He never told me he had a girlfriend. When I found out it was Teyana Taylor, I was confused. Then I realized I was a secret, and she was the cover. It was the final nail in the coffin. Even Aaron's staunchest defenders began backing off. And worse, so did his colleagues. One indie director, who had previously cast Pierre in a lead role, tweeted, "Talented actor, but this kind of calculated deceit doesn't belong in an industry already drowning in fake narratives." We believed in him. We deserved honesty. Another actor who had shared scenes with Aaron on a recent project posted a now-deleted Instagram story. We watched him gaslight her in real time. We just didn't know what we were seeing. And the industry reaction wasn't just emotional. It was consequential. Aaron was quietly dropped from 2 upcoming brand campaigns. One, a major sportswear label. The other, a grooming company that had built its entire rollout around his masculine yet modern appeal. The second brand released a statement. We do not tolerate deception, especially when it compromises the well-being of others or the integrity of personal relationships used for brand leverage. That statement triggered a chain reaction. Journalists began digging into who else knew, which publicists signed off, which managers orchestrated the narrative, and which producers helped suppress suspicions. Because this isn't just about Aaron Pierre anymore. It's about the system. A system that, even in 2026, still rewards image over truth, pressures actors to hide their identities, and builds partnerships based on optics, not authenticity. Meanwhile, Teyana Taylor is winning, silently, powerfully. Her appearance is flawless, her posts unbothered, her energy elevated. She isn't engaging with the chaos. She doesn't need to. The truth is doing the work for her. And Aaron, sources say, is now considering going off-grid. No appearances, no press, just disappearing until the storm passes. But it won't pass quietly. What's coming next isn't just another leak. There are emails, contracts, and a rumored PR deck that, if released, will expose just how deep this performance ran. The world isn't just watching anymore. It's reacting. Hard. The final layers of Aaron Pierre's web of deception are unraveling, and the responses are coming from every corner. Fans, journalists, niche entertainment corners, and influencers who've ever brushed shoulders with him or Teyana. And the reaction? It's not subtle. It's not cautious. It's a full-blown reckoning. Let's start with the fans. Teyana's supporters, ride or die through every chapter of her public journey, came out in full force, not just to defend her, but to celebrate her silence as the ultimate, most elegant clapback. Tweets with over 100,000 likes began circulating. She didn't say a word. She just reclaimed her narrative and let the lies rot in public. Teyana gave him class. He gave her choreography. This is why you never play with a woman who has already survived everything. TikTok was flooded with support videos, where fans stitched clips of Teyana's past performances and interviews with captions like, "You deserve better, and you knew it the whole time." One compilation video, set to Teyana's track Gonna Love Me, blew up, reaching over 8 million views in just 2 days. It reframed her as the ultimate symbol of intuitive strength, a woman who knew when to walk away the moment a man revealed his true self. Even on Instagram, fans scrolled back through old photos of Teyana and Aaron Pierre together, flooding the comment sections. Not with hate, but with heartbreak. We were rooting for you both. Now we're just rooting for your peace. It was always you carrying the relationship. Can't believe he played you for publicity. You're the whole industry. While Teyana said nothing publicly, her energy spoke volumes. But the real mess unfolded with Aaron's fans, or more accurately, his former fans. While a small group stood by him with the usual love is love defenses, most were furious. Not because he's gay, not because he was exploring, but because he used a black woman's reputation to stay marketable. That betrayal hit hard, especially for people who had once viewed him as a fresh, honest voice in Hollywood. One viral post on X captured the sentiment perfectly. This ain't about sexuality. This is about weaponizing a woman's image to hide behind. It's deception, not liberation. Another wrote, "You don't build a straight career on the back of a woman who thought it was love. You build it on truth." And Aaron gave us everything but that. Then came the celebrity and influencer response. The lines were drawn fast. Big names across black media, fashion, and film coalesced almost unanimously on Team Teyana. Podcast hosts dissected the scandal layer by layer, calling out the manipulation not just of Teyana, but the audience that had supported Aaron's crafted image. Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked posted bluntly, "Teyana was never the beard. She was the blueprint. He should have protected her, not played her." Tara G.P. Hennon, without naming names, tweeted, "Black women stay holding it down while getting lied to. It's exhausting." protect our sisters. Even Jelmani, known for pushing boundaries on gender and love, subtly commented, "It's not about who you love. It's not about who you love. It's about how you love them and how you leave them." Then came the silence, and that silence was deafening. Aaron Pierre's peers, particularly male actors, mostly said nothing. No posts, no defenses, no outreach. It was as if the industry was watching from behind tinted windows, unsure whether to speak up or quietly detach. That detachment became glaringly obvious when Netflix quietly pulled Aaron's name from promo tweets for an upcoming indie project, replaced his image with a generic title card. A scheduled panel appearance was postponed indefinitely. Fans noticed his co-stars unfollowed him. His stylist posted a vague story. When your image isn't aligned with your character, even industry insiders begin to murmur. A publicist for another actor reportedly told a tabloid off the record. Everyone knew Aaron was walking a tightrope, but no one expected him to drag a queen like Teyana into it. Meanwhile, Teyana's circle activated. Her makeup artist reposted one of her fiercest past looks with the caption, "Never needed validation, only the truth." Her choreographer shared an old rehearsal video, captioning, "She gives her all to everything. That man didn't deserve a fraction of it." But perhaps the most iconic moment? Teyana posted a single photo, standing barefoot on a balcony in a luxury robe, looking unbothered. Caption, "Peace hits different when you stop letting people lie in your presence." No tags, no context, just power. The internet devoured it. Thousands of retweets. Queen behavior. This is how you handle betrayal with grace, beauty, and boundaries. The industry shift hit next. Producers and directors began whispering that Aaron had become a PR liability. One casting agent allegedly told a group chat, "Hiring him now comes with a story no one wants to touch." A writer's room insider told an influencer blog, "His image was crafted, polished. Every interview, every red carpet smile, every story, it was clean. Now that we know it was designed, we're questioning how many others are performing for their public." The reckoning had moved beyond Aaron. It was aimed at the machine behind him. Publicists, managers, stylists, PR teams, everyone who helped project a version of him they knew wasn't real. And now they're scrambling, because this isn't just about whether Aaron lied to Teyana. It's about whether he lied to everyone. Whispers, loud, well-sourced whispers, say he's preparing a statement, a confession, a coming out. But insiders insist Teyana isn't worried. Her story has already been told through silence, poise, and power. And now, the public is telling the rest. Just when everyone thought it couldn't get any messier, it did. Because while fans were still digesting the avalanche of leaks, betrayals, and unspoken truths, a twist came out of nowhere. A shockwave so explosive it rippled not only across social media, but straight into the heart of Hollywood. And it all started with one deleted post. At exactly 2:17 a.m. on a Thursday, an obscure burner Twitter account, one with only 52 followers, posted a thread that went largely unnoticed for the first 15 minutes. By the 16th minute, however, it was being screen recorded by every gossip blogger in the game. And it wasn't just an ET. The account had posted screenshots of a private group chat, allegedly including celebrity assistants, low-level PR interns, and a few makeup artists who had worked with both Aaron Pierre and Teyana Taylor. The messages suggested that Aaron was never intended to be with Teyana long-term. Their relationship, a carefully crafted exit strategy, a way for Teyana to gracefully leave her previous rocky situationship, and a way for Aaron to soften the industry's perception of his increasingly closed-off dating life. But that wasn't the bomb. The bomb came from one user, labeled AaronFX, who allegedly works in back-end analytics for a boutique PR firm. His message read, "They didn't think Tyler Robinson's name would ever come back up. That's why they moved quickly, but now it's unraveling." Tyler Robinson? Yes, him. For those who don't recall, Tyler Robinson was once a rising digital producer and script developer behind the scenes at several major streaming platforms. Years ago, his name was tied to a scandal involving leaked confidential casting documents and rumors about secret ties to underground nightlife circles and queer casting couch schemes. His name disappeared quietly, strategically. According to the leaked messages, Tyler may have had both a romantic and professional connection to Aaron Pierre in the past. And get this, he might have also had a secret business tied to Erica and Charlie Kirk's media circle. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Teyana Taylor and Aaron. This pointed to a potential media cover-up and a growing list of names who allegedly knew what Aaron was doing and stayed silent. The implications are staggering. Insiders are whispering about a documentary pitch circulating under the radar, tentatively titled PR Love: The Lies Behind Hollywood Romance, with Aaron Pierre reportedly on the short list of subjects to be exposed. And it gets worse. Sources close to Teyana say she was aware of the Tyler connection months ago, but chose not to go public out of fear that would have triggered legal retaliation from Aaron's team, the same people allegedly responsible for drafting NDAs at the height of their relationship. And here's where the final twist hits. That NDA leaked. No one knows who released it, but within 48 hours, an anonymous Reddit user uploaded what appears to be a scanned agreement between Aaron's team and an unnamed female partner, prohibiting her from revealing anything about sexual orientation, past romantic ties, or affiliations that could damage brand marketability. Let that sink in. This was never just about love. This was about control, power, image, and someone, somewhere, desperate to keep it all quiet. But now that the NDA is public, lawyers are scrambling and fans are side-eyeing every celebrity relationship in sight. Reddit threads titled "Who Else Is PR Dating?" are blowing up. Everyone's staring at cozy Instagram posts thinking, is this romance or reputation management? As for Teyana, she just unfollowed 3 major studio executives this week. Insiders claim she's preparing a multi-part podcast series, one that reportedly dives deep into how image control destroys real relationships in Hollywood. But here's the cliffhanger. Aaron hasn't vanished. He was spotted at a private Malibu estate, alone, no team, no cameras. But that's not even the shocking part. The real shock? The man seen with him. Someone who bears a striking resemblance to Tyler Robinson. Is it actually him? Is it someone else? Was any of this real from the beginning? Or just another carefully staged illusion? No one knows for certain. But one thing is clear. This saga is far from finished. So now you've heard it all. The secret relationships, the calculated silence, the leaks, the alleged PR cover-ups, and the possible connection to Tyler Robinson, a name people thought had disappeared, now pulling us into an even deeper mystery. And still, the biggest question lingers in the air like smoke. Was any of it ever real? Was Aaron Pierre's love for Teyana Taylor genuine, or just a strategic move disguised as romance? Was Teyana truly blindsided, or has she been playing a long game all along? And Tyler Robinson, how many secrets is he still holding? One thing certain, this story is not over. Not even close. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Aaron a master manipulator or a man trapped inside a ruthless PR machine? Hit that like button if you think Teyana deserved better and just executed the most graceful exit we've ever witnessed. Sound off below if you think Hollywood is finally cracking under the weight of its own lies. Because trust me, the walls are shaking. Don't just watch the drama. Be part of it. Tag a friend who needs to see this. Subscribe and turn on notifications because the next drop could involve emails, lawsuits, and career-ending truths. And one more thing. Rumors say footage from that Malibu estate, the one showing Aaron and the mystery man, may already be in a blogger's hands and could go live this weekend. So ask yourself, are you ready? Because the next time we talk about Aaron Pierre, it might not be about his image. It might be about his downfall. Stay watching, stay questioning, and brace yourself, because what comes next changes everything.